Right, ladies and gentlemen, action continues at IFT Fight Pass 8 here at the SA Gardens at Kalashakaku. Now it's time for our first female MMA fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Making her way to the cage from the blue corner, please welcome Saria Khan!
Been a part of the NFT circuit for multiple years now. Saria Khan, of course, last competed here in SA Gardens in MMA and was somebody who unfortunately had a massive injury which put her out of action for a very long time, but now she's back here tonight to get rid of this. Is Saria Siru Khan entering the cage.
And her opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome to the cage, Sehrish Shehzad!
Ladies and gentlemen, your fifth fight is 3 rounds of MMA action in the IFT Atomweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, official weight 47 kilograms. She holds an MMA record of 5 wins, 2 losses, no draws, and fights out of Islamabad by way of Kashmir. She represents Team Fight Fortress. This is Saria Siru Khan. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, official weight 47 kilograms. She holds an MMA record undefeated at 2 wins, no losses, no draws, and fights out of Rawalpindi. She represents Team Mudassir Hungar. This is the Shark, Sehrish Shehzad. Your referee in charge of the cage when the action begins, Arslan Ali Abbasi.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the first female mixed martial arts bout of the evening, and we love to see it. We love female mixed martial arts making a name for itself in this country. We have Saria Siru Khan versus Sehrish the Shark Shehzad. Saria in the blue, Sehrish in the red. Daniel, I'm so excited for this fight. What do you think?
I'm excited because we haven't seen Saria in a long time, but she keeps training, she keeps at it. She's one of the better fighters in her division. Of course, Bano Bhatt is one of those fights that she's been chasing for a while. Bano Bhatt now a gold medalist in IMAF Asians. Saria is not too far behind from Bano in terms of skill, but
she needs to show something tonight for her to be able to announce herself to be back in the running at that level.
Saria showing Sehrish different looks here. Jab feints, low kick attempts. Sehrish reading Saria here, and a nice low kick there by Sehrish. Saria maintaining the distance very well right now. It seems like Sehrish is waiting for Saria to engage in the striking, come in the range where she can counter. Almost like she's trying to bait Saria into engaging in striking with her.
Saria's a bit tentative. I mean, you can understand that if you have such a long layoff, but the opponent she's facing tonight comes from a very, very well-established striking team, Mudassar Hangar. But Saria able to get that entry, able to get the body lock, and able to get the takedown. And as you can tell, Sehrish may not be that experienced on the ground the way she's crossing those legs, but so far she's out of any trouble. Saria needs to get her head free as well.
Sehrish listening to the instructions of her corner. Holding on to the head of Saria. Saria gets out. Now let's see what she does. Saria immediately with a ground and pound.
Yeah, this is where Saria would want to keep the fight, if you ask me. She would want to keep it on the ground. She should not be going in with her hands so low.
Yeah, Saria needs to be careful on the feet. You can tell Sehrish is looking for that counter. Saria needs to keep her hands up. And Sehrish needs to time that counter.
Saria, of course, had a broken jaw last time we saw her here in SA Gardens. So she needs to be careful not to take too many strikes on the chin unnecessarily. But one round so far so good. She has a little mark underneath her. Here we go, round number 2. Saria Khan and Sehrish Shahzad about to do work. You can tell Sehrish has a bit of a boxing background, the way she's moving her head and the way she's moving her hands, but Saria constantly looking for those low kicks.
Footwork of Sehrish is in question. She's very flat-footed here. She needs to be more bouncy. On her toes, just like that.
Saria looks a bit flat-footed today. I think she'll agree with this watching it back. Normally she's going in quite aggressively into the striking exchanges. Sehrish now coming in. Saria once again with her hands low. Needs to be very careful of that.
Sehrish, just like that, looking for the counter, waiting for Saria to make a move so she can throw a right hand of her own.
Saria constantly with the hands going out, now shoots in, but nice sprawl there by Sehrish Shahzad. Sehrish up against the fence. Saria now trying to power through, but once again sprawls really well. And now Saria has her up against the fence, right in front of Sehrish's corner. Let's see what kind of advice Mudassar Hangar and Bush Akhtar can give her to get her out of this situation.
Saria looking to lock the legs up.
Saria now trying to transition into a back mount.
Saria trying to get those hooks in.
Oh, Sehrish, nice counter though.
Beautiful counter there by Sehrish. Saria looking for that triangle.
cannot get it from here. Sehrish doing the wise thing of trying to posture up and stand back up.
Sehrish throwing strikes from up top here. Saria trying to create some distance. Sehrish tried to go into side control, but finds herself in the full guard of Saria Khan.
Saria has her in her full guard, but needs to try to create some distance between herself and Sehrish to try to sweep her somehow. But Sehrish doing a good job of keeping this pressure. Trying to stand up on her feet. You can tell they haven't drilled this position as much as they might have the striking, but very nicely done by Sehrish so far in this round.
Last few seconds to go in this round. Sehrish Azad on top. Saria Khan on her back, and that will be it.
That is the end of the second round. It just goes by so fast, ladies and gentlemen. MMA. Round number 3, Sehrish Azad and Saria Khan continuing to go to war here at IFT Fight Pass 8.
This round will be the make it or break it. Both fighters have to show some desperation right now, because if you leave it to the judges' scorecards, it could be very, very tricky. But just like rounds number 1 and 2, Saria advancing, Sehrish at the back foot. Saria goes for a takedown, gets it. Sehrish trying to get back up on her feet, but Saria doing a nice job of controlling those legs.
Sehrish needs to stop holding the cage. If I'm Arslan Ali Abbasi, this is the 4th or 5th time I give her a warning at least. But now Saria does a good job of getting the takedown, but gives Sehrish the center of the cage. Does not have Sehrish's back up against the fence, gives her a bit more space to try and wiggle out just like this.
Nice reversal there by Sehrish. Again, another warning by referee Arslan Ali Abbasi. Sehrish content with staying this close to Saria Khan, but she has to do something with this position.
Saria strapped here.
Saria may be trapped, but Sehrish still has to do something with his position. You can't just stay like that. Saria throwing strikes from bottom here. Sehrish holding on.
This might be all she wrote, Salman. I mean, it's going to be hard for her to get out of this position, but she understands the urgency.
Beautiful work by Saria Khan. Eats a hook there by Sehrish on the exit. Back up on their feet are both fighters.
Saria still very much in it. Has a bit of time to work. Less than a minute though. Needs to get something going to show the judges that she has won this round and potentially the fight.
Sehrish inching closer and closer to the fence, which is good for Saria if she wants to engage in the clinch. But there you go, another reversal there by Sehrish.
Questions are answered. Team Mudassir Hangar have really worked on that sprawl. Every time Saria shot in, Sehrish has been ready to sprawl out. And now she has Saria up against the fence, roughing her up here. She has both legs. She's going to get a takedown. Yes, indeed. But Saria not going to go down too easily. Just smothering Saria, and that is going to be the end of the round. Interesting fight that we've seen play out in front of us. We're going to go to the judges' scorecard to see how they scored it right here at IFT Fight Pass 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores it, 29-28 Sehrish. Judge 2 scores it, 29-28 Saria. Judge 3 scores it, 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Saria